over the next year or two during this next bull phase, is there anything that we see growing? You're the exponential guy, exponentially, that we're not really focused on right now? Like, do you have one of those outlier ideas, maybe something that's starting to creep?
I think, listen, the one that I think is probably the biggest of all in terms of numbers, outside of like gaming and stuff we all know about, it's ID. It's digital ID and proof of AI, proof of humanity. It's this idea that you're saying of the security truth layer of blockchain is going to become, it's very, very important. Now, I know WorldCoin are doing it. I met another group recently doing it, but
Ledger is working on something also.
That's right. Ledger's got this as one of their big ideas. I think that's wildly underpriced, because
how are we going to monetize that? I mean,
it's just,
we're markets guys, right? Like it's so much easier for me to, figure out how a business gets connected to.
I would just say it's just on-chain activity, just owning the token of the chain. The business, look, I don't know. They'll figure something out, but that's less interesting to me than bringing 385 million Americans and forcing them into using zero knowledge proof of who you are for all of the US government infrastructure. I mean, that creates a lot of activity, driving licenses, all of that kind of stuff, So I think that's an area. Is it investable for you? Maybe, maybe not. Don't know. I think you're right that DeFi is still wildly underpriced. I think big pools of capital like Apollo, Blackstone, these huge pools will lend into these markets now, because it's just lending markets. They know how to do this, but they've not been able to. So we can see a massive amount of liquidity coming into these.
Yeah, I love the borrowing lending business, because no one wants to sell their Bitcoin. So it's obvious, makes sense.
The other one that,
I was just saying, every cycle we get hit with something that we never, anticipated. That you were involved in the art and NFT stuff. Does that come back?
Yeah, I mean, it's already happening. The high end of the art market is ripping, and there's very little available already.
Okay.
Because it's a recycling of wealth, right? The art market well. As soon as people make money, they buy art. And that whole thesis plays out here. And if I'm right, it goes from 3 trillion to 100 trillion in value. Even if I'm wrong by 50%, that's a lot of wealth, a huge, preposterous amount of wealth. And art will benefit, as it always does. So that one's a decent idea. The other thing that we do need to, let me know if you've seen this yet, is an exchange essentially wrapping equities and other assets. FTX did a bit of it, but that's going to generate a lot.
Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. Look, if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and check out the video here on the right-hand side. I'm sure you'll enjoy that one as well. And if you're ready for more, go to realvision.com/join. I'll see you there.